How do I activate this when I'm already over there? That's the question. Like, now I have to start this. Oh my god, what am I supposed to do? Oh no, this is, see, when I get these simple ones, that's when I kind of just like overthink stuff. I need to not do that. We need to just press buttons and eventually something will happen. I'm just doing a bunch of nonsense though. That's okay. I think I remember saying when playing Road to Gehenna that sometimes you just have to do a bunch of nonsense, right? So when these things try to accept two power sources, it doesn't work. That's fun. Interesting. So I can have this sitting here not working, but I can only make it work if I pick this up. There has to be something I can do to activate this when I'm over here, but then be able to take whatever object I use to activate things with and leave. Oh. So we need 7 and 8, and we need to figure out the, was it a Sphinx monument, I think? I think 7's right up here. Alright, there was a similar one to this earlier. I almost feel like this is gonna have to be that one. But it doesn't have to be. I don't know, we'll see. I don't think we can do it that way because that cuts everything off. Oops. This is gonna have to, what's it gonna have to do? This would just... Oops. So if this, maybe this has to be red. Yeah, easy.
must be very proud of you, 1K.
You said that already. I thought it was a little weird. Remember. Remembering things is one of my weaknesses. So these just hop back and forth. What does this do? Whoa! Ooh, that's cool. That's different. Oh, and that'll keep that open. But if I need that box... Ah, you bastards. Nope. Wait, so what does this power? Is it this door? What's the point? What's the point in not having this but having this? What does that do for me? Maybe we have to get this connector inside the door somehow? Man, in order to hit this... I guess we can use the box to get this out of here, but we need the box. Well... We need the box. And we need both of these. And also, can we use the box? Yeah, no. Maybe what we do is put that there and take this with us. You can't can't reach that. Could reach this one from here with just the connector. But what if we switch these? But then it's like I don't know, you can't take this in here. Let's switch these back. Not that way. Maybe we can like rotate this somehow, you know, to work the way we need it. Like, no, because I need something on that pressure plate. Well, but I can go like this. Scoot this a little bit. And then I can stand on it. But then, now, the way this works is somebody needs to stay on this pressure plate. Turning it on basically does nothing. That's what it feels like. Turning this on doesn't feel like it does anything. None of this matters. None of this matters if I need to move this afterwards. So what do we do? I don't understand. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work the way I'm trying to do it. I don't know what to do. This is very frustrating. This has frustrated me greatly. Greatly. Shut up. Are you sure? I wasn't in... What was that one? Pre-connected? I was in that one for less than 20 minutes. Maybe because I came in and out. It didn't... 20 consecutive minutes. Why am I not... Why can't I get this? This does not bode well. Ugh. I know I can get it, but I don't have to, so I'm gonna move on. Like I said, again, like I said sometime earlier, they've constructed a compelling enough narrative that at a certain point I kind of just want to move on. From an interview with a protester outside the Institute for Applied Noematics. So why did you join this protest? Artificial intelligence is inherently dangerous to this planet's ecosystem. Defending that ecosystem is our responsibility. In which way is artificial intelligence dangerous? I'm not some paranoid idiot imagining Skynet taking over the world, alright? That's science fiction. But what we're talking about here is an artificial intelligence without any of the attachment we have to the natural world. It is not capable of distinguishing between, say, an ore and a tree. Everything's just resources to it. People like Sarabai and Drennan talk about ethics and philosophy, but they all embrace the same extractivist ethos that has brought us to the brink of disaster. Their intelligent being would try to optimize the world in its image, and in doing so, consume it. Well, that turned out to just kind of be wrong, didn't it? But so far they're saying it's all rhetorical. The atom bomb was rhetorical. But so far they're saying it's all theoretical. The atom bomb was theoretical at first too. Once something is there, someone's going to use it. Why couldn't they imagine that we might care about the world? I don't know. Perhaps because they were used to no one else caring. Yeah, usually it's projection, right? Yeah. Oh, from Hypatia. Day 200. Construction on our new home is coming along nicely. We finished 2 new buildings last week, and this week we started on our new lodgings. Athena and Cornelius have plans to erect a tower in the middle of the settlement, which will serve as our administrative center and main heliport, but right now that's still a long way off, decades at the least. It's hard to imagine that one day we'll be able to erect structures like that there will be enough of us to need that much space. But then I look at the dam and I remind myself, our ancestors built that with their short lifespans and soft flesh and bone bodies. And then I think that there's really no limit to what we can achieve, given enough time, patience, and the capacity to dream. Regale us, Trevor.
Strap in. This is a long one.
Oh, great.
You may have heard the story of the carpenter who died to redeem humanity's sins. It's a powerful story. Bittersweet, very human. And I just want to tell you that it's true. He was a real person. And his name was John. John Carpenter. He was born in the year 1948, and he was the coolest filmmaker to ever walk the earth. From Halloween to The Thing to They Live, the totally underrated In the Mouth of Madness, mind you, he just made classic after classic. All of his movies, really fun, really atmospheric, but also really smart. Even when they were goofy, most directors would kill to have made just one of those movies. And what did he get for it?
Can I go there?
A big, fat truckload of nothing. Well, less than nothing. The studios, the critics, even the fans, they hated him. The Thing, okay, for example, which is about as perfect a movie as you can make, completely torn to shreds. And his career never really recovered. Every movie after that was a struggle, and after a while, he just got tired of it and quit. He only really came back to movies in his 70s. How many works of genius did we never get because of that? Look, I have a point here. People like Carpenter, people like Alex, they're not always appreciated in their own time. If you just do what's popular, you might never create anything important. Of course, we admire people who did the right thing, who didn't conform, but we only ever admire them after the fact. What matters is to support people when it's difficult.
I mean, sure, he's not wrong here.
Sometimes it seems the only choices we have are renouncing civilization or mindless expansion. But that's not the only path forward. Embracing deliberate control over nature doesn't have to mean destruction. We are a species of artists and artisans, blessed with the ability to transform the raw material of the cosmos into new and better shapes. Shapes that have meaning. With our technology, we can take this chaotic world, so full of suffering, and turn it into a work of art.
What is with these? Like, God, they're so fucking far away. Guess it doesn't matter which one we start with. Didn't I just do this? Really it, huh? There wasn't really much to figure out with that one.
If the fool persisted in his foolishness, would he become wise?
I don't know. What?
Everything okay? Assuming what we heard really is the founder, I think the world is already a work of art. We don't need to improve it. Sure. I think there's plenty inside each of us to explore, and it might give us a new perspective. Will it really answer all the big questions? I don't know. But it might help.
The hell is going on in that thing? That's where the gold puzzle is. It looks crazy. Is there something out there? Blah. Some wild stuff going on in there. We won't get in there for... Well, we're getting closer and closer.
Creature of clay, you have taken another step towards the flame.
What are you gonna do about it?
Before you continue, ask yourself, have the gifts of Prometheus ever truly benefited your people? Or have they brought nothing but strife?
Without his gifts, we would no longer even exist. His gifts have greatly eased the suffering of the world. We have made mistakes in using them, but the good outweighs the bad. They have caused great harm, but they cannot be put back into the box. They've been a curse to my people. Lady, I'm a robot.
But have they not brought just as much suffering themselves?
They've done far more good? I don't know that nothing's gotten better. I think things have just changed.
And you repeat your mistakes until they destroy you.
I don't know, okay? Don't ask me questions.
I've been thinking, there's 3 towers per cardinal direction and 3 entities. You'd think it would be symmetrically arranged, 1 tower per entity, right? But we haven't seen Prometheus at all.
We're built to find patterns. Maybe we're trying to find patterns where there aren't any.
Oh yeah, that is definitely a very human thing. We are pattern recognizers. Yeah, I guess I know I talked earlier about like, oh, there's still a lot of suffering today in the world, I think. I still think that's true, but I guess I would have to say technology has been a net positive because of, I mean, how many people live now? You know how like people ask like, what did we do before this vaccine or, you know, before insulin? Well, people died. People suffered and died. So I guess, again, I would say net positive, even if there is still suffering and new kinds of suffering. I mean, it's also kind of beyond me. I don't know that much.
This area looks flooded as well.
Our ancestors melted a whole lot of ice. After they died, most coastal settlements were claimed by the sea. South of New Jerusalem, there's a whole city under the water. We went there once with Garrus when I was an apprentice. It was eerie.
That's exactly why the founder created the goal. When you go past the limits, this is what happens. Mother Nature always gets her revenge in the end.
This isn't revenge, Al. It's just failure. People, cities, mountains. As far as the sea is concerned, it's all the same. Their mistake was forgetting that, telling themselves nothing would change. It always does.
Byron's right. Byron's right. And we do have a tendency as humans to personify nature and things in nature that are not sentient, that don't think, that don't feel, you know? This is beautiful, though. Thank you for the golden hour puzzles. That's just rude. Oh, no. All right. Are you telling me that didn't work? Oh, no. Well, it'll fall, so that's fine. Now what? Wait, where's the thing? Hold on. That's a fun one. That just looks like a
look at the Somnodrome.
big connector.
It's based on the original prototype with some modifications. As usual, the data is a mess, but I strongly suspect there might be a functional version somewhere.
I know some of you have heard stories about the answers this device might reveal, but please remember, that is not our main priority here. Keep an eye open for it, but focus on finding Athena.
We know that Byron's main focus here is finding Athena. For sure. But it's so much bigger than that. I know that she is still very important to all the people, but it's still bigger than any one person, even the founder. From Yarnith. Beloved founder, I beg you to return to us. We cannot achieve the goal without you. You are the one who defied Elohim, who overcame the trials of the simulation. What are we before that? How can we possibly find a path that will not lead to the mistakes of the past? You are our sole link to the wisdom of the progenitor. Without you, we are lost. Praise be your name. Why does this show up in the randomest places? Excerpted from What's Wrong with the World. Our modern prophetic idealism is narrow because it has undergone a persistent process of elimination. We must ask for new things because we are not allowed to ask for old things. The whole position is based on this idea that we have got all the good that can be got out of the ideas of the past. But we have not got all the good out of them. Perhaps at this moment, not any of the good out of them. And the need here is a need of complete freedom for restoration as well as revolution. There is one metaphor of which the moderns are very fond. They are always saying, you can't put the clock back. The simple and obvious answer is, you can. A clock, being a piece of human construction, can be restored by the human finger to any figure or hour. In the same way, society, being a piece of human construction, can be reconstructed upon any plan that has ever existed. You can indeed turn the clock back, but if it stops ticking, it's dead. No, Athena. Literally, you can fix a clock after it stops ticking, like an actual one. If we're talking figuratively, from the selected archive documents, A through C. The coal mine finally brought decent jobs. It lifted us up from poverty, made us proud. We weren't just ordinary workers, we were the lords of the underworld, and with our skills, we kept the whole country alive. The mine also brought black lung, gruesome injuries, and death. And when it went away, it brought the collapse of our entire society. As for the plant, I know it brought electricity and even more jobs, and I know what a difference that made in people's lives. I also know that when we used to go out and play, there were black flakes in the snow. Why didn't they just switch to a safer technology once they realized coal was dangerous? Oh, Miranda. You sweet summer child. They didn't always have a choice. Sometimes coal was all they had, or were allowed to have, and the alternative was poverty. At other times, they wanted to switch, but there were powerful interests that prevented change. We can't blame people for the world they were born into. Yeah, this is all true. It's... yeah. It's a freaking deer, man. There's something out here. More text. Oh.
You may wonder why I insist on these unsanctioned, unplanned expeditions. Some think it is because I hate civilization and prefer to lose myself in nature. This is precisely the opposite.
He has
of
spoken
the
very
truth.
scornfully of
It is
nature.
because I love New Jerusalem that I have to leave. Because it is only when I am here that I fully appreciate what the city means. And also because I believe that if I stayed at home, I would one day be ethically compelled to commit acts of violence against those who, in their arrogance, imagine that humans should live in harmony with the chaos that surrounds us.
You know, I laughed at him saying that, but I actually, I don't think he's joking in any way. Jesus titty fucking Christ. That must be one of the triangle puzzles. Right? Oh my gosh, look at that. What is happening in there? Yeah, it must be. Yeah, why not start off with these? There's one of those. But now what? But now what? Do I bring the inverter in here? Can I bring the inverter in here? I think we can. But do I want the inverter in here first? Because I only have one power source here now, though. And I need two. The only way to make more is with the inverter. Why are are these all so tall? Okay, what if we did this first? I don't know why I feel the need to double click. No, don't. There. What did puzzles represent to the founder? Whatever they may mean to us and our culture, what did they mean to her? We have no record of her speaking positively about puzzles. She certainly never expressed any interest in solving more of them. But what if to her, they weren't trials to overcome or challenges to enjoy, but a trap she had to escape? Wasn't all she wanted at the end to stop solving puzzles and to start living a free life in the real world? That's a interesting thought. Why would she build all this? I mean, that's kind of what we've been trying to figure out this whole time. Why would she leave? And then why the hell would she build all of this? Did she think it necessary for people to go through this? I kind of doubt it. Why is she putting Miranda through whatever she's putting Miranda through? Or is Miranda really just a manifestation of part of her subconscious and not a real person? Is she preparing Miranda for some reason, for something? What is the founder's actual goal? We don't know. We still don't know, and I feel like all of the guesses that we can make right now are still just wild speculation. Maybe she wants to go back to sleep. Maybe she doesn't like being alive anymore. Because, I don't know, she said some things that don't really sit right with me. What did she say in that one dream with Miranda about, like, there's no point to the universe if we're not here to appreciate it? That doesn't sit right with me. I don't like that train of thought. She said, don't let that make us arrogant, though. And honestly, I'm like, I think that thought in and of itself is a form of arrogance. I don't think it's true. What's the point? What's the point if there's no consciousness? I don't know, does there have to be a point? Uh-oh, I haven't even found the monument yet. Where are we going? Oh my god, where are we going? Fucking deer. You made me fall down a cliff. Ooh. Yeah, stay there for a second. We have to figure out how to get something out here. Oh, shit, where'd it go? I can't go that high. Come back. To this. Jeez. That was a ride.
Paradise cannot be found. It must be built.
Oh, I didn't technically find that Palm Raider. Cool. I was gonna say I better check that, or else I'll forget that I haven't read the things. These structures. Now what? Oh. So it won't maintain any connections. That makes sense. It makes sense that when you put it there... I do wonder though, if it's sitting here, could you connect something to it? I'm gonna guess probably not. But we'll see. I have to test it. Did I get... yeah, I got a thing. The Devil's Bargain! From Theophilus of Adana to Dr. Faustus, from Marlowe to Goethe. There's a story that the ancients keep telling, a wise man tempted by the devil to sell his soul in exchange for knowledge, with terrible consequences. I've long wondered why they thought this story so important, and I'd be curious to hear what others think. Don't judge me on my pronunciations, please. The ancient writers knew that knowledge is dangerous, and its pursuit often leads to tragedy. Knowledge is dangerous. I met you. Knowledge is dangerous for those who want to hoard power. These stories are designed to keep ordinary people compliant. And yet in a lot of stories, a lot of the stories that I've read, the writer seems fascinated with the devil's side of the argument. Damien's right, it's to keep people compliant, I think they often conflated political anxieties with technological or intellectual progress, because talking about the real problems was taboo. The pursuit of knowledge comes at a cost, but without it the world is boring, and deep down those writers knew that. Bardic is right. Knowledge often leads to tragedy. Knowledge can be extremely disruptive to a society. They were grappling with that. It's a pseudo-profound story that writers reused because it made their work look deeper than it was. I think there might be some truth to this, but it's so funny. I really think this is part of it too. Humans are built to seek things out. We are built to be curious and get knowledge and wonder about things. It's like one of our most basic, you know, once you work up to like the second step of the hierarchy of needs, you know, you've got food and shelter, then you're curious about stuff. So then why do we keep telling stories about how gaining knowledge is dangerous and how we shouldn't do it? Because I think this may be sometimes, but also it's interesting. First of all, it just makes for interesting stories, but it keeps people compliant. I think they often conflated political anxieties with technological or intellectual progress, because talking about the real problems was taboo. That part's true. I don't know about the first part of the sentence. I don't know. Exactly. After all, what if we used our knowledge for the good of ordinary people? Can't have that. It feels a little dismissive of some great works of literature, but I get what you're saying. I don't know. I don't know. The wall. Okay, so this for this door. Oh, that's fun. I mean...
Wandering around these landscapes, solving puzzles,
having
in a way,
deer
one
fucking
key's
run at me every 5
experience must be
seconds.
very similar to Athena's in the simulation.
There's one difference, though. Athena was alone.
Not completely. Did I look at this? Athena had Elohim and Milton to talk with. Sort of. Prison. Great. I don't know if I like this mechanic. I don't know why. But then there's a blue one in there. This is too tall. We can't stack, I think, 2 boxes to get over this. I think it's too tall. Where the hell is the blue power source? Oh, okay. So, can we get in here? I don't know, I felt like it looked too tall. Oh, okay. So now we've got 4 connectors. I don't know that we need any of these boxes. What do we need to do? Oh, fuck, we might need 1 box. Why did this turn off? Ah, shoot. Because I needed all the connectors. I needed all the boxes. There were no live connectors left to keep this open. Man, so is that just a massive red herring? It's very strange. I feel like most things in this game are done so deliberately that it would be strange for them to put such a massive red herring like that in here. So if we had... Maybe we can put this on top of 2 boxes. And it'll reach over. Maybe it'll work.
Good solve, 1K.
Thanks. I want to try to find the lab.
Miranda, would you like to play a game?
A game? That sounds like fun.
It is. Remember what Alexandra Drennan said about games?
They're part of what makes us human.
Exactly. And this is a game Alexandra Drennan designed when she was still in school. It's based on her favorite book. Have a go.
Why did that sound so deeply sinister? Is Athena okay? Is she okay? Do I need to worry about her? Aw, fuck. Oh, I'm still alive. It's fine. Yeah, is something wrong with her? Like, is something broken about her? I'm worried. I'm worried about my girl. Uh-oh. One of the founder's labs seems to have collapsed. I guess that shows that even the founder has limits. There's no human building that can survive without maintenance. Roots are stronger than concrete. Unless she destroyed it on purpose, of course. But it seems like the ceiling just came down. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the puzzle clusters on this island correspond to the presence of the labs. Except the lab near our base camp, which doesn't have any puzzles attached to it. Although it does have other strange structures surrounding it. Are the puzzles guiding us to the labs, or are we just finding the labs by accident? Damn, so we can't get into this one. I'm disappointed. Well, okay. Well, this place is very beautiful. Very excited to come back and finish it up.